Up next, guys, we got the Orioles versus the Rays. I usually hate messing with games like this, but I'm going to give it a quick little rundown because I think it's worth a little topic talk. The Rays are minus 205 favorites, guys. The Baltimore Orioles are plus 175. Rays are coming in at 33-18, and the Baltimore Orioles are 22-29. The O's will be home in this one, and Tyler Glasnow will be going for the Rays. And man, this guy has looked pretty good this season. I mean, righties batting 208 off him, and lefties only batting 203 off him this season. The biggest issue, though, with Glasnow is definitely his home runs and his walks this season, guys. He's allowing 3.7 walks per nine and 1.6 home runs per nine this season, and that's the only way this man gets hurt. But the good thing about that little home run stat, guys, we got 12-mile-an-hour winds blowing in today at Camden Yards, so I really think the home run ball is not going to be too big of an effect today. He has faced this O's team a couple times this season and has done okay. First game, he went 4.2 innings pitched and gave up 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 Ks. And then the second game versus this O's team on August 25th, not even a month ago, he went 7 innings pitched, allowed 5 hits, 2 earned runs, and had 13 Ks. That's a big deal, guys. 13 Ks. I mean, he was dominating that game. The O's will be going up against him a third time today. That's a positive on the O's side. At least they know what he's bringing. But good news for Glasnow. He has been walking guys, like I said, but his strikeout ability, guys, it's so high. And if you're going to walk guys in the majors, you better have good stuff to strike him out to keep those guys from getting home. Because when a guy gets on base, a free pass, those usually hurt the pitcher. But Glasnow, with that high K ability, I think he's going to take care of the O's today. And on the other side of things, guys, on the bump for the O's, we got Alex Cobb. This man is so bad. He has a 5.03 ERA, a 5.42 FIP, and a 1.4 WHIP. Cobb hasn't been good since 2014, guys, and that's when he was with the Rays, so he's facing his former team. But again, a few more things on Cobb. He has faced the Rays once this year at the beginning of the season. He went 4 innings pitched, allowed 4 hits, 3 walks, and 2 earned runs, and only had 2 Ks. I think this is a terrible spot for the O's and Cobb. I really do. I don't see how the Rays don't dominate here. The Orioles can hit a little, but so can the Rays. The Rays can definitely hit, and I would take the Rays in this one. Of course, the money line is too high, like we've talked about with the Yankees and Boston game as well. So I would suggest going the run line on this game, or maybe even the first 5 innings if you get the -0.5. So that would be my suggestion on this game. But again, that's not making my card. Coming up next, guys, we got the Astros versus the D-backs. I really hate this game. I really do. I looked at it for a little bit, but then my boy Zach Gallen for the D-backs, guys. I mean, he pisses me off. I mean, I bet him last game, and he freaking destroyed me. I mean, destroyed me. Something isn't right with him, and he looked terrible his last 2 starts, and apparently he's having pain in his fingers, and he's still trying to pitch through it. I would stay clear away from this game. Gallen is a great pitcher, but something's not right. And until we see that, I would not try to get involved. That's my suggestion, but it's not my money. If you want to go for it, go for it. On the other side of things, we got Zach Greinke for the Astros. He hasn't looked the best either, honestly. Really don't want to waste my time anymore in this game, guys. Gun to my head, though, I'm taking the Astros. I would probably take him on the first 5. You can kind of throw out the bullpens. Hopefully, Greinke brings it here, and Gallen hasn't showed us much, so in his last 2 starts, so I don't want to mess with it. Up next, guys, I do have a play in this game, and this is a client's play. We will be taking the Royals versus the Brewers. We'll be taking the first 5 over 4.5 -115 for 2 units. We got Danny Duffy on the hill for the Royals, guys, and we got Adrian Hauser, for the Brewers. This one stands out to me for sure. Like I said, I will start with the Royals first. They are hot right now, guys. They on an off day. They are winning really good right now. 7 out of their last 8 they've won. Hitting the ball pretty good. 244 as a team so far. The team on paper might not look that great. Kind of like the Reds. Like their lineup on paper looks good, but they're not performing the way they should. And the opposite for the Royals. Like the Royals on paper don't look that great, but their hitters and their lineup are pretty solid, guys. At least 1 through 5 is pretty solid. And they will be going up against Hauser today. Like I said, they faced him. They haven't faced him this season at all. So most guys in the lineup haven't really faced him in their career either. Hauser has a 5.4 ERA and a 4.68 FIP. His biggest issue, guys, is definitely the strikeouts. and his walks. He is having some control issues right now. 6 walks in his last 8 innings pitched, and he's averaging 3.5 walks per 9 this season. Also only striking out 7 per 9 this season. So nothing crazy for the strikeouts, and walks kill. And like we talked about with Glass now, if you're going to walk guys, you need a high K percentage. That's the only way you get away with walks in the big leagues. Lefties on the season are absolutely killing him. Lefties are batting 349 off him this season. Righties only batting 195. So definitely concerned for Hauser. He's also 0-3 at home this season with a 7.5 ERA. I mean, the stats aren't good for Hauser at all. So let's just move on to the Brewers side of things, guys. The Brewers are only 23-26 this season, batting 225 as a team. Good news, though, for the Brewers. There will be a lefty on the bump today. His name is Danny Duffy, baby. And versus lefties this season, they're doing a little bit better. They're hitting 247 as a team. And Danny Duffy, man, nothing special about him. A little fun fact I'll just throw out, too. In 2018, this man, Danny Duffy, got a DUI in a Burger King parking lot. That has nothing to do with the play, but just thought it's kind of funny just to show we research our players over here. Anyways, get into Danny Duffy a little bit more. He has a 4.24 ERA. He has a 4.77 FIP. And just like Hauser, he struggles with walks and he struggles with the home run ball, guys. He's given up 3.7 walks per 9 and 1.5 home runs per 9 this season. His stuff isn't that great. He has a weak fastball, so not worried about that at all either. Versus lefties this season, hitters only batting 115 off him. But righties, baby, 241 off him. And Duffy has been iffy all year. Like, just for example, sometimes he'll go out, he'll pitch that, that 5 innings ball, 1 or 2 earned runs. And then other times he'll go out there and throw 4 innings, let up 4 to 6 earned runs. He's kind of shaky. He's definitely a shaky guy. He's had a long stint, too. He got scratched from last game, so he hasn't pitched in a while. But the good news for the Brewers and our over, the Brewers will be stacking 8 righties in this lineup today. And Yelich, he's a lefty, so love him in the lineup as well, too. But a few more things. If you look at Duffy's last 2 games, guys, he has allowed 9 walks. Walking that many guys in the bigs, we've talked about it all day. It's going to get you killed, and it's a perfect recipe for the over. Walks at up big innings, and I think the Royals and Brewers can go at it here back and forth. I'm sticking with the first 5 just because the Royals and Brewers bullpens haven't been that bad this year. So I think both teams can just generate a few runs in this first inning. I see a 3-3, 4-3 ball game at the end of 5. I really do. I don't think any of these pitchers are special. I think Danny Duffy had a good game last game, but versus the Indians, where the Indians, we've already talked about it, they're just unpredictable, and they don't hit good off lefties at all. They only hit 225. So I think Duffy got kind of lucky in that situation. But overall, I'm taking the first 5 over on this game, 4.5 minus 115 for 2 units. Like I said, I sent it out to clients. That will be a play. And again, I'll recap at the end what my plays are and what my leans are. Just wanted to say that if anybody's tuning in and hitting different spots. Going on to the next game, guys, the Dodgers versus the Rockies. I really got nothing in this one. Took the first 5 under yesterday, cashed that, but didn't want to mess with the game today. So let's just get into the Twins versus the Cubs. We got a pretty good one here. We got Rich Hill for the Twins, and we got Hendricks for the Cubs. We got an over-under of 7 in this one, so pretty low number. And again, just like a lot of these games, guys, the wind blowing in, 11 miles an hour blowing in, baby. I mean, it's crazy, and that's at Wrigley, so we know the ball there can either die or fly. Anyways, Kyle Hendricks, baby, on the bump for the Cubs. He has a 3.2 ERA and a 3.54 FIP. This man literally walks nobody. I love pitchers that do that. I mean, it sets you up for great outings, honestly. If you're not walking guys, your pitch count doesn't get high. You can stay in games longer. A lot of positives that way. But anyway, the only weakness for this guy, in 65 innings pitched this season, he's allowed 63 hits. So he's allowing a lot of hits, but only 6 walks. That's pretty fucking good. Excuse my language, but it is. And against lefties, sorry, I spoke wrong. Also, he's letting righties bat 304 off him this season, guys. So that's his weakness. When he's facing righties in the lineups, that is his weakness. On the other side of things, you got Rich Hill. He gives up walks. In 26 innings this year, he's allowing 4.2 walks per 9. And both these pitchers have a weak fastball, guys. None of them really even get above 90 miles an hour now. They're both kind of old. Few things on Rich Hill. He has looked good as of late, though. His numbers might not be impressive, but I think the Twins can manage this Cubs team. I mean, they're dogs in this one, and I always like trying to make a case for a low dog, and this is definitely it. And just wanted to point out the Cubs versus lefties this season, guys. They're only hitting 208 off lefties this season. So I give Hill and the Twins the edge in this game. I really do. Definitely taking the dog here at plus 105. Last couple things I wanted to mention also, the Twins are 20-8 in their last 28 Friday games. I don't know why, but just wanted to throw that out. I mean, they play good on Friday, baby. They like making their fans happy going into the weekend, and I think that's why, baby. And also, they're 4-1 in the last 5 games following a loss, so hopefully they come out hot here. First, Kyle Hendricks, and get to him early and get to that Cubs bullpen. So basically, overall, I think the Twins bats will beat the Cubs today, and I definitely think the Twins bullpen is much better than the Cubs. So give me that dog. Don't take the first 5. Take the full game. Even with the wind blowing in, I think the Twins have the advantage here. Up next, baby, we got the Angels versus the Rangers. Both these teams are terrible. Unpredictable in my opinion, so don't want to waste anybody's time. I know I'm kind of passing over a lot of games, but guys, honestly, like if you don't like a team or they're unpredictable, don't even waste your time breaking them down or researching them. Just throw them out. I don't even think I've bet a Rangers game all year. I just don't like them. I mean, maybe Lance Lynn. He's the one good guy. But other than that, nothing on that game. Also don't have anything on the A's versus Giants game or the Mariners versus Padres game. So going to pass those two as well, guys. So now for my overall recap, guys, we're going to have 2 official plays for clients. I already sent them out. We got the Brewers versus the Royals, first 5 over 4.5 minus 115 for 2 units. And then we got the Twins money line plus 105 for 1 unit. Those are my 2 plays. And then my leans for today will be the Braves minus the 1.5 on the run line plus 110. The Reds and the White Sox over 9 minus 120. The Yankees versus the Red Sox over 10.5 minus 105. And the Rays minus the 1.5 on the run line minus 120. Those are my leans. So 2 official plays and then 4 leans, guys. I hope this helps, and I hope you guys enjoyed the little breakdown. Have a great Friday night, guys, and let's cash these tickets.